Happening right now in Oxford, whether or not a power plant should be built near the airport. The idea on the table is to put one right near the Waterbury-Oxford Airport on Christian Street. An FAA report was released this morning whether or not smokestacks on that power plant could be hazardous, potentially to pilots. News 8's Ken Pierce joins us live in Oxford this midday with more on that. Ken.
And Keith, Waterbury-Oxford Airport is small. It's not like you're catching a Delta flight out of here. They've got a few corporate jets, but mostly small planes like the one you see behind me there. And the pilots we spoke to this morning say it's small planes like that that are going to be most affected poorly if they build this power plant about a half a mile from here. It's a company called Competitive Power Venture that wants to put an 805 megawatt natural gas plant on a hill just to the east of the airport. The FAA has been studying the plans to see what effect that would have on air safety. A group of residents, pilots, and politicians against building the plant rallied here at the airport as the finding of that study was announced. The FAA says the plant would have, quote, adverse physical or electromagnetic interference on navigable airspace or air navigation facilities. Really, they're concerned about two potential dangers. Planes could actually hit the two stacks that are going to stick up in the air, but the larger danger is the hot steam coming out of those stacks, shooting up into the air, and that has the potential to cause turbulence to upset the flight of a plane. Some pilots think that's a serious problem, but as you'll hear in a minute, at least one pilot doesn't see that as much of a danger.
You would be totally surprised by this uncommanded roll or bank of the airplane, and because you're flying at a low altitude and you're slow because you're preparing to land, this can cause what is typically known as a stall spin accident.
The turbulence over that is insignificant, absolutely insignificant, all right? Not even as bad as a hot summer day. And this plant is located 4,000 feet off of the runway center line.
Now, I should tell you that second pilot is also the town of Oxford's former economic development director, and he helped bring the plant here. Whether the plant gets built in the end is going to be not up to the FAA or people in the town. It's actually going to be up to the State Siting Council. The Connecticut Siting Council is actually going to be touring the airport on January 15th during the day, and then that evening we'll be hearing from the public. So if you want to speak out one way or the other about this plant, mark January 15th on your calendar. We're live at Waterbury-Oxford Airport in Oxford. I'm Ken Pierce. Back to you.